Okay, good evening, everybody. We're here with our student night out. We have students from William James Poly High School. We want to introduce everyone. So we just wanted to kind of bring everybody together tonight to just kind of introduce some students from the high school, and we have a outreach youth guy that we want to introduce and let everybody get familiar with. And if you guys have questions at the end of the show, we want to make sure we open it up for you guys to do that, and hopefully everybody enjoys the pizza and soft drinks and ask some questions. They're here to kind of let us know who they are in the community, and this is what we want to do and make sure everybody enjoys themselves. So we want to make sure that, we want to, I'm Dreon Jones, by the way.
I'm Renecia Harris with Be Mad.
And we're with the nonprofit organization, and we just wanted to kind of bring something to the area and make sure that everybody is familiar with kind of what's going on and be familiar and engage with each other. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We want to thank Joe's for allowing us this space to have the event. We got DJ Sax on the 1 and 2s over here, so you guys to kind of cheer him up when you get a chance. Let's give a round of applause for the DJ here. Yeah, I want to thank him for coming out. He is a Poly alumni as well as me and Renecia. This is my niece, so we just wanted to kind of give you guys something to, look forward to and just kind of get some ideas if you guys have any. And what we want to do is just kind of bring up a few guests to come up and speak and ask a few questions. We want to mention Joanna, Ramirez. She's a student at Poly. Spoke with her. She's a great student. She's with the media production team, and, we just want to kind of ask a few questions with her, and you all can kind of ask questions if you have any and get to know her a little more. Thank you. Yeah,
Joanna?
Please, Miss Joanna. Hey, how you doing?
Student.
You wanna? I don't know if you wanna get a mic or Yes, we just first of all, thank you for coming. We have heard a lot about you. I've spoken with you briefly, and we noticed a lot of the work that you do with the school through the media production, and I myself wanted to just say I take my hat off to you because I've seen the work you've done and the work you've put in and the dedication that you have, with the school. So if you don't mind kind of just letting us know, where are you from? Kind of just let us know a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I was born and raised here in Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm 17 years old. I'm a senior, and I go to Poly.
So we have a large group of junior high students. So if you could just kind of let us know, some of the things that they may kind of look forward to once they kind of reach the high school level. What are some of the things that they can kind of expect?
What you should expect, you're gonna meet a lot of new people, especially if you get involved, which is really good, which y'all should do. Y'all should join sports, any clubs or anything. Y'all get to meet a lot of people, and it's really nice.
So when you got started at Poly, or what middle school was it that you?
I went to McLean. I transferred to a different middle school than what I was supposed to go to, because I was supposed to go to Morningside, but I ended up going to McLean.
Okay. So when you went to Poly, what were some of the things that you noticed, like the transition from junior high to high school to, what was the difference? Some of the things that they make and kind of expect once they make that transition.
Well, it's different. You meet a lot of people, and the teachers there. There are a lot of places you can go to get prepared for college, and the classes you can take advanced classes. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the college, is that something you're looking forward to?
Currently, yes, I'm planning to go to TCC to do dental hygiene. So.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, that's something. So that's something that I know, I'm not sure if some of the students have, some ideas about post-education after high school, but what made you kind of dental hygiene? What was the reason for that? What was...
I really want to help people. Like, if it's in any way, I felt like that would be a good start. That was one of the choices, actually. I actually wanted to do film, too. Either get an associate's in film or dental hygiene. There are two different career paths, but I decided to go with dental hygiene.
Right.
I really like it. I like both of them, but I did.
Right. What school have you had decided on? What school are you going to attend? Or?
The technical, it's a community college, TCC.
TCC? Okay, gotcha. So, go ahead.
What made you get into media, and when did you start? Like, how early did you start, and when did you start getting into the media?
I was actually put in media class since my freshman year, and it's a 4-year plan they have for you, the program. And it's a really good program. They start you off with communication, and then they move you to the audio, video, and you get to edit and record people, and that's how I'm here now. And I got to meet a lot of people, interview a lot of people like him.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The program is really nice. I really like it. And they have a film club too. They had a film club that I was involved in too. It gets you involved, and it's really nice.
So if you could speak to the 8th grade Joanna, what would you say, if there's anything you would say to you, anything different, or has everything kind of went according to plan, or?
I feel like everything went at its time.
Right.
But I definitely would have told myself to get out there like sooner, because as a freshman I didn't really talk to anyone or got involved. I never got involved, and I thought to myself I should have got involved sooner.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys hear that? So as 8th graders, even 7th graders, so once you kind of get ready to go into that 9th grade, as a freshman, just kind of speaking from Joanna's experience and my experience, well, back when I went to, high school myself, that's something that you guys want to kind of keep in mind, whether you're sports or even if you're not in the sports, just kind of have an idea of what you guys kind of want to do, because 4 years in high school, it really kind of goes by fast, would you say?
Yes, it went by really fast.
Yeah,
Yes, it
so
really did.
it's not, something that you can kind of sit back and, you guys still have time to kind of think about that, but it definitely kind of goes by a little quicker than kind of what you may expect. But yeah, I mean, I really love that, and you may have something in media too, that, right? So
Yes.
that's an outlet that you may, I don't know, maybe something on the side. Yeah, because I love the work, and I know we did a few student nights out with last year, and you all came out, and you guys did a great job, and I really love it. And I'm glad you guys came out to kind of, let us share some ideas and let us know who you are, and if we can kind of, once you go off to school, we can kind of keep up and stay in touch with you as you come back when you do, and if we could get you to speak to the students that are here at that time, that'll be wonderful as well. So do you have any brothers and sisters that,
That went to Poly.
went to Poly or
Yeah.
younger? Or?
I have 4 older siblings and 1 younger sister.
Okay.
All 4 older siblings went to Poly.
Oh, okay.
And the younger one, she's in 8th grade right now too, and she's thinking of going to Trimble Tech though.
Trumbull Tech, okay.
So she's gonna break the chains.
Gotcha, okay. Is she at McLean as well?
No, she's at Morningside.
Morningside, okay. Morningside is another school that we have kind of engaged with, so that's a wonderful thing. But I mean, yeah, is she into dental hygiene as well, or?
No, she's planning to do something else. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, she has time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, anything you want to kind of say to the upcoming students?
Yeah, high school is all about figuring out what you want to do, like in the future, for like to get a job and to like prepare yourself to get out in the real world, and yeah, get out there, like be involved. You get to meet a lot of people, like I said. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, you know, Miss Joanna Ramirez, you know, we want
Thank
to
you.
thank her for coming out. You
Guys.
know. Yeah, yeah. You want us to do the same introduction, or how do you want to?
Introduce him.
Okay. Okay, we got Mr. Jeremy Govan. He's an outreach youth mentor. You want to kind of tell everybody, you know, kind of what you do, where you from?
So I'm from West Texas, but I'm out here in Fort Worth now. My mission is simple. You know, I want to empower the youth to live in the power of their purpose and their identity. Me, myself, I did a lot of time in federal prison. So understanding my pitfalls, my struggles, and where it started when I was their age, right? In and out of school, fighting, drugs, the whole nine. I did it all. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that they have done that I have not done. So I know the end result of it. I'm blessed to have done prison time instead of dying out there in the streets. So my purpose is, if I can stop them from making the mistakes that I did and going down the path that I went, then it was all worth it.
There you go. There you go. And you say you're from West Texas. When you were in high school or junior high, what was, I mean, like some of the things you were kind of looking into at the time? I mean, I know I don't know if, you know, if you want to share, you know, just some of the stuff that, you know, that they can kind of relate to, as, you know, we have a younger audience.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so when I was going to school, my first and only objective was really hollering at females.
Yeah.
That's why I went to school.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Just being real,
I got you. No,
That's why I went to school.
Yeah.
That was my first priority. I wasn't worried about the grades. You know, I was playing sports, but I wasn't really just all the way into sports like that.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with the homies.
Yeah.
We gon' get high,
Yeah.
we gon' get drunk,
Yeah.
and that was my goal.
Yeah, right.
So I really didn't have any direction.
Yeah.
I was just out there.
Right.
So with no direction, with no clear-cut plan for my life, I went everywhere, and I did everything.
Yeah.
And it was quote-unquote fun, right?
Yeah, right.
For the moment.
Right.
But in the long run,
Yeah.
obviously, it wasn't producing anything productive in my life.
Right. So, you know, if you all are listening, you know, you're kind of hearing it from someone who's speaking on his experiences and kind of some of the things that he thought, you know, were fun at the time, and, you know, it had an end result, you know, that he wasn't too satisfied with. But, you know, what we want to do with what we're doing is bring individuals up on this platform so everyone can kind of hear and, you know, kind of get all this in real time. You know, so as we bring different individuals up throughout these podcasts that you guys are going to see more of, we want to speak with individuals who've had certain experiences, who would like to tell their testimonies, and let us know what that experience was like, how you all can kind of understand the pitfalls that lie in front of you a lot of times. So we wanted to share, you know, Mr. Govan, and, you know, and how he's experienced some of the things that some of you all can kind of eliminate, dodge, or move out of the way of, if any of these things that you guys are kind of, you know, thinking about. If anybody has questions that they may want to ask Mr. Govan while he's here. Do we have any questions? Anybody want to? Go ahead.
My question is, what do you think, or what would you recommend that could have helped you at a young age to take a different direction or a different path?
That's a good question. I think looking back on it, what would have helped me was actually having a vision, right? Sometimes to understand who you are, you have to understand who you're not. And for me, I was struggling with who I was and in the direction that I wanted to go, because I didn't see myself in my neighborhood, if that makes sense. Right? So growing up, seeing the gangsters, growing up seeing the D-boys, growing up seeing the dope fiend, right? It's like, where do I fit in? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not necessarily any of them, right? So since I could not gravitate to any of those, I just kind of wandered in between a little bit of everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So mentorship
Yeah.
would have definitely helped me
Someone
out.
to help you bring that vision out.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, mentorship. Yes.
No, and I'm glad you said that because it's not always sports. You know, I was a student athlete, so that was my outlet. You understand what I'm saying? So I know exactly, but I had friends who didn't play sports who may have kind of fell in some of the same situations. So a lot of times, like you saying, it's just something that you can kind of grasp to, if that makes sense, to where, you know, what can you kind of, you know, keep yourself busy doing, you know, and focused on, you know, like you said, you know, that.
Someone keeping you on that right path.
Right. Yeah, man. So you got kids or you, I mean, you.
No kids. Did a lot, like I said, did a lot of time in prison. So.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
No
there
kids,
you
but
go.
definitely want a family. Definitely
Yeah.
want a
Oh,
family.
absolutely, man. So, man, damn. So you pretty much, I mean, man, if you don't mind me asking, how much time did you?
9 years in federal prison.
9 years. Okay.
years,
That's
yeah.
long enough, man.
Yeah, long enough.
So yeah, yeah, man. We want and definitely kind of, you know, appreciate you for coming, man,
yeah,
and just
I
kind of
appreciate
sharing this information because, you know, my niece and I, we hadn't really experienced any of that. So, you know, like I said, I had a lot of friends that grew up. They experienced different things.
Oh, most definitely.
Kind of got into different situations, man, and you know, we definitely want to allow the students to kind of hear from someone who can kind of share that experience and just kind of how you grew out of it,
Right.
you know, and you know, basically could be a mentor and kind of keep them, you know, astray and make sure that they, you know, on the right path. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you this much. When I was 14, 15, I definitely never would have saw myself doing that much time, right? Or
Right.
doing time, period.
Right.
But in hindsight, whenever you fail to make like important decisions about your own life, right? And you take that responsibility, you pretty much forfeit it to society and to whatever.
Right,
So that's why it's real easy to drift off in the streets. That's why it's real easy to, you know, go the wrong way.
Yeah, right,
Because you're not taking the responsibility to say, you know what, like this is what I'm gonna do and this is what I'm not gonna do.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you the same question we asked a previous guest. If you could speak to the younger you, what would you kind of, what would you say? Yeah, what would you say? You know, to you at that time. You know, I know. You know, you kind of say, yeah, go ahead.
Speaking to the old me, the younger me, I would tell him to talk, because just being all the way 100 with you, there were some struggles at my house that I didn't know how to deal with,
Yeah, right.
and I kept everything balled inside, right?
Yeah, right,
So that was really the source of everything that I did, of all of my actions, all of the fights,
Right.
all of the drugs, everything came from my inability to process that.
There you
So
go.
I would look back to my younger self and I would tell him to find that mentor and talk, because that would have helped me process things. I would have had a better mental state and a better emotional state to navigate my adolescence and then
Right.
into adulthood.
There you go. Nah, I like that, man. And that's, you know, that's one of the questions I like to ask a lot of people, because, you know, as we get older, we mature different. You know, we become a lot more aware of some of the, you know, decisions that we make, because when we're young, 18, it was things that I did. I went to college, you know, but there was still things that, you know, I probably could have did different. You know what I mean? But at the time when you're young, you think you got forever to go. You know, it never ends. You know, we don't think we'll ever get to our 30s or 40s, you know, at that time. But then that time, just like high school, those years go by so fast. And, you know, once you realize that, hey, you know, I got a family now, or I've gotten older, or I've missed out on some of the things that I could have maybe took a little bit more serious at, you know, being younger, we don't really kind of understand that. So I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, bringing a young crowd in and catching them in that junior high school age, you know, I think that's real critical, because when they're at that stage, it's they got their whole lives ahead of them, you know, and we all did, you know, when we were at that age. And one decision can kind of, you know, be your last decision that you make, you know, depending on what it is.
Say, look, I've seen it. A 30-second decision can change the rest of your life. You could be in the wrong car. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and like literally change the rest of your life.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah.
It doesn't take long. That's it. So, you know, some of you guys, you know, I wanted to make sure that you all had an opportunity to speak with, you know, any questions that anybody have out here, if you have any. Anybody have questions for Mr. Govan?
They good. I talked about prison. They straight. You don't want to know nothing.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, man, we want to thank you for coming out,
no
man.
problem.
And you know, we'll be seeing more.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
We got one more.
What you got? You? Okay. Yeah. What's your name? What's your name? Layla.
Or Layla Ramirez.
Layla Ramirez.
Yo soy Layla A.
Okay, we have, what grade you in?
I'm freshman.
Freshman?
A freshman. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have Layla, Layla A. She's a freshman at Poly. She's with the media production team, and we want to introduce her. And if anyone has any questions for her, we would love for her to introduce herself. Tell us, you know, junior high you went to, what made you choose Poly, what do you like about Poly, and just share us your experience.
Okay, so I actually went to an academy for my whole middle school. It was Young Women's Leadership Academy. So it was a really great school. I had really lots of experience there. And I guess that kind of really matured me. And I wanted to come to Poly because literally like my family went to Poly and it was my home school. And I kind of just wanted like a normal high school because my academy, like I felt like I was ready to just be at a normal high school.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so I just came up here because I noticed like a lot of the audience is like not really paying attention, and I kind of feel like it's really important too because what you're doing right now in 8th grade is really going to impact and affect how you're going to do for your freshman year, and your freshman year is going to impact the rest of your high school grades. So I know this semester is about to end, and the next semester is going to come up, and I really encourage you 8th graders to do your best, you know, like do really good on your assignments, turn them in, and like just not slack or procrastinate because it's really going to affect how your classes are going to be for your freshman year. So since I went to the academy, all of my classes now, I'm in AVID, which is a college readiness class. I'm in all honors. I have a AP class, and yeah, it's just for any grade, freshman is going to be the most important because it's going to affect the grades that are after you. So it's really, really good to start off strong and to have that motivation and to be in your books, to study, to do all of that because high school it's very important. It's gonna change your life. It's going to affect your life and what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So it's really important to focus in your 8th grade year, for your freshman year, and so on.
Yeah, and I'm glad she said that because that's good coming from a freshman. What she's saying is really important because as a freshman, what she's saying, as a freshman when I was in high school, I was kind of into sports, so I wasn't really thinking about a lot of the things that you're saying, you know. So I know what you're saying is vital to, like you're saying, your sophomore, junior, senior year. So as 8th graders, you know, if they could kind of, you know, listen and grasp what she's saying as a freshman, you know, that's huge. Because those years they go by so fast. She just mentioned that this semester is about to come to an end. We're going to go back into the second semester of school. So once that's it, you got summer, and you guys will be starting on to freshmen. You'll be a sophomore next year. And I'm glad you came to Poly, you know, being an alumni, you know. I love that, you know, and just, you know, your the way you're thinking about, you know, school and, you know, how important it is. That's real huge. That's valuable, you know. And do you have any idea what you want to do after high school? Or?
Yeah, I have like a lot of ideas, a lot of career choices that I want to do, and that's a very good thing to have to, you know, plan your life even before high school. Like, you should always start planning as soon as you can to brainstorm ideas, you know, just like have different pathways that you want to do. But for me, I would, I have some things going on for me. I would want to be a graphic designer, a cosmetologist, or even an EMT, because I'm looking forward to joining the military or army after high school.
Yeah, and that's important. You know, each one of those things you just mentioned, EMT, graphic designer, and what was the other? Cosmetology. All those things are basically a service that we're gonna need. You know, and you know, if that's something that I think you could do all three. You know, just listening to you, and it just kind of where your mind is at the time. Yeah, you should, you know, kind of go for it. You know, don't let anything hold you back. You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I have like some other advice for like when you become freshmen. I think it's great to really make friends, a lot of friends, and friends with your teachers, peers, all of that. Like, it's very good to involve yourself in as many curricular activities, clubs, any of that, because you really want to make a good image of yourself, and you want peers to like you. And when peers talk about you, compliment you, your friends are always needing your help and assistance, that really shows off your good character and how smart you are. That's very, very important in the real world too, because you always want someone or even multiple people to have one thing good to say about you, or a lot of good things to say about you. And that'll open so many doors and opportunities for you in your life. So my advice to you as 8th graders, when you turn freshman, please involve yourself in as much stuff as you can. Step out of your bubble or your box and just, like, please just talk to people and, you know, advocate yourself. Show what the person you can, show how, oh my gosh, hold on. Show who you can really be and show your skills and, you know, who you truly are.
And that's important, you know, because she's speaking on, we hear a lot about peer pressure and things like that, but as she just mentioned, just getting compliments from your peers is something important to kind of listen to. You know, not just things that are just kind of negatively, but some of the positive things. But yeah, we want to thank you for coming out and sharing that information and who you are, because we definitely want to keep track on, you know, as you kind of move on to your sophomore, junior, and senior year. You know, we want to make sure that, you know, we stay in touch and we can still kind of educate those who are kind of coming after these young men and young ladies, and just kind of be a voice. Yeah, so thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Take it out. Okay. We want to make sure we're glad everybody came out. We want to thank Joe's for having us. We had 3 guests to come up and speak, and we want to thank them for coming out and sharing their experiences and, you know, their expertise on, you know, ideas that they have for us. And, you know, we want to make sure this is the first of many as we get started. So we just want to make sure that everybody's kind of aware and be looking forward to not just the pizza, but, you know, that too, but just the guests that we bring up on this panel and speak with, and make sure everybody enjoy what we're doing.
And
So
learn
thank you for
from
coming.
it.
And
Learn
definitely
from it.
learn from it, as she said. Definitely learn from it. So thank you. Thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you.
All right, all right. Woo-hoo! And we're out. Good job, man. That's our first one, all right.